Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Greetings from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, got good news and bad news. The good news is we're empty. The bad news is I've been given a pre-plan that picks up at that same building, same door, going to Indianapolis. Unfortunately, the load will not be ready until 7 p.m. tonight. Well, this is where the good news is. I got the greatest boss in the world. I tell you. Instead of me having to wait here for 10 hours or so, let's see, it's 9 o'clock right now. Load will be ready till 7. He has agreed to let me go home. Yeah, he's agreed to let me go home, and instead of sitting around over there at the shipper, middle of nowhere, and go home. As long as I make it back here in Milwaukee by 6:30, he's got no problem with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going home. Going home, going home. So we're going to find a way to get back somewhere on Interstate 43. Right now we are traveling on Highway 45 and 41, I believe. You know, most companies, they probably will say, no. I can't imagine Swift or CR England or those major companies out there, you know, letting you go home for a couple of hours or 5-6 hours, and instead of you being bored, let you go home. You know, yes, it costs fuel, costs wear and tear, but isn't your driver worth it? You know, is it worth, I mean, something like that goes a long way to a driver. The impression that the driver will get out of it for the company to do that, it is priceless. I really think so. You know, I remember watching the movie or the TV show The Band of Brothers, and one of the things that stuck out on that show was sometimes the soldiers in the front line would just go back to below the line or back to the rear, way back in the rear, just for a couple hours. And the effect of that, just having to let your guard down for a couple hours, is, you know, was priceless. And sometimes they would do that, and I think it goes the same way as we truck drivers. You know, just to be able to go home and wait at the house. If you're close enough to the house that you could wait over there instead of the customer, wow, that, to me, I will never forget that. And, you know, just more reason for me to be more loyal to the company, and it just, you know, return the favor in hard work, be on time. I wish everybody would do that, but yeah, unfortunately the world doesn't work that way all the time, right? Anyway, I probably is somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 55 miles from here to Sheboygan. And I think I'm gonna park way on the south side this time to minimize the fuel cost, because I gotta get back down this way anyway, so. Once again, I'd like to say hello and greetings to Amy Jo and Terry Barnes. You guys are great. Thank you for your continued support. And to the rest of you out there that, well, your name just escapes me. I'm not good in names. Alright, we're gonna go take this one here. This is a little bit of a shortcut. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have gone straight. Nah. I was gonna say I could have gone straight all the way to Jackson and then pick up that highway 60 and take it east all the way to Grafton, but this will be alright. Okay, as far as the firearms is concerned, as much as I would really love to own a H&K BP9, it's just beyond my reach. Two things that kind of is preventing me right now is, first, the cost. That one particular gun is somewhere around $699, $700. And one of the drawback is, I think the magazine capacity is only 10, maybe 12. What I really want to get is a 45 ACP, but those are the things that two things that are a couple of things that are shying me away from getting it. First and foremost, I haven't shot in 10 years. I certainly don't want to jump into a really big caliber right away, you know. Just, I want to start small. And the cost is the big factor. The cost and the magazine capacity. You'd be surprised how much the cost difference between a 45 and a 9mm cartridges ammunition would cost. I mean, so based on yesterday's experience, the Glock 19 is somewhere in the neighborhood of $5.99 or cheaper, and it holds 15 rounds plus one in the chamber, and I seem to have better luck with it, I guess. I have yet to try out the BP9. The one I tried out yesterday was the BP30, which is pretty much the same, but that was an older model. The ergonomics on the handle on that thing is quite obsolete than the new one. But then again, I just really don't have 700 bucks. Well, 800 bucks. With all the tax, with all the, how much is it now to get your background check? Somewhere around $70, $80. So yeah, buying that firearm is gonna cost at least $800 to $900. I mean, I don't have that kind of money, man. So I think I'm gonna get the Glock 19. But then again, that's still beyond my reach right now. There ain't no way I can get that. But if ever does come the time where I am ready and able to get it, I think it would only make sense to get the 19. I mean, yeah, the 19, the Glock, even though it's the least of the firearm that I really want to get. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? So if ever does come a time, I think for price wise it's more practical for me to get the 19. Not that I'm saying that I can get it right now. I can't, even if I wanted to, which I really do. Alright, one of the things that it popped in my mind since yesterday or for a couple of days is, first of all, I've been debating this. As you know, Sheboygan is a very, very nice, quiet town. There's just absolutely no reason to be carrying a gun. It just, you don't need it. You're not gonna use it. Definitely not gonna use it. Well, let me rephrase that. There's no reason to use it. Well, the reason is you might just want to carry it. But that's about it. I mean, you just want to. You don't need to. You just want to. I don't know. It's just the chances of you being mugged or robbed or anything in Sheboygan is, man, it's almost like saying, you know, Obama's gonna get reelected. But here's the thing that popped in my mind. I don't know if you guys agree with this or not. As I said, there's no absolute need. There's no need to carry a gun in Sheboygan. Really is. But the thing that popped in my mind was, just because I don't need it, that doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't practice it. For the reason that, well, the way I look at it is like this. In every part of the Constitution, not everybody out there is going to need the Constitution. I mean, there are parts of the Constitution where it's somewhat irrelevant to certain individuals. I mean, you know, because of their location, where they are, and their lifestyle, and whatever. How many of the Constitution do we really use every day? We don't. But there are people out there that need that. The people out there that enjoy that liberty. And just because we don't need it, and we shouldn't, you know, exercise it for somebody else. So what I'm saying is, just because you're in a town or a place where you absolutely don't need a particular that's civil liberty, that doesn't mean you shouldn't practice it, because if you don't, well, as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And I think, I don't know, I know there are people out there that says, well, guns should be just, to police officers or to governments, and well, that's another debate. Some people would say guns should just stay home. Whatever aisle, whatever side you're on, we can all agree that, a defenseless people then, is a helpless people. So yeah, I've been debating whether to carry it, get my concealed carry, or do what people do, or open carry. Although I don't like the open carry, because I don't know, you attract attentions, and I mean there's people that you see on the internet or on YouTube where they're walking around with rifles and they get into the argument of police officers. I mean, that's just wrong. They have a valid point, but I think they're going it the wrong way. I mean, yes, police officers need probable cause to stop you and all that, but we live in a different time, and what's the worst thing that can happen if they ask for your ID, just instead of arguing about it, and I don't know. That's why I love this country, because their opinion differs from my opinion, and everybody's got an opinion. So, and I certainly am not going to impose my opinion on somebody else. So again, the issue is, I'm not gonna need to carry a gun, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't, because that way we can keep the Constitution going, I guess. Basically, my reason boils down to this: carry it to protect the Constitution, right? I'll give you one example. The Fourth Amendment, which is the right to privacy. Well, most people say, you know what? I got nothing to hide. That's fine. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But there are people out there that enjoy and they value their privacy. So for somebody that says, well, I got nothing to hide, so I don't care if they take it away, that's just wrong, right? Just because you don't need it, that doesn't mean you shouldn't protect it. That's what I'm trying to convey, I guess. Holy smokies, look at the time. Once again, you've wasted so much time listening to my rambling. right, well, we'll see you at home. Hopefully Tampers will be waiting for us, so we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good and godly day, everyone. Peace.